In a study done by Sasaki and Malin, student-centered assessments proved to be an auspicious instrument to foster learning, encourage self-reflection assessment, improve teacher feedback, and promote an effective collaboration among students. This presentation aims to show the steps in creating a sufficient student-centered assessment, as well as provide an example. The steps taken to create a student-centered assessment will follow the plan, do, study, act cycle developed by W. Edwards Deming. This is a systematic process for gaining valuable learning and knowledge for continual improvement of a product, process, or service. The objective of the student-centered assessment is for students to self-assess their knowledge of key features of rational functions. The criteria include identifying x and y intercepts, end behavior, and asymptotes of rational functions. I predict that using self and peer assessment will raise awareness in students of the content they are studying, as well as increase their success in that content. Data will be collected in student averages and their improvements in performance throughout the unit with respect to the standards being assessed. Pre-calculus students at Plainfield East High School, which is approximately 50 11th and 12th graders, will be the pilot group for this assessment. They will be self-assessing at certain points throughout the unit, and then they will complete a peer assessment at the end of the unit prior to the summative written exam. The pilot group will be completing a self-assessment, rating themselves on their mastery of each objective within the standard. Students will then complete a peer assessment of their students' mastery prior to the of other students' mastery prior to the summative assessment. ACE notes that peer assessment holds the student responsible for their own learning, and the teacher plays a facilitating role in supporting students. This is a self-assessment that students will complete throughout the unit at different checkpoints. This is the peer assessment that students will complete, then exchange with a peer prior to the summative assessment. After piloting the student-centered assessment, I will analyze two things. First, are students improving from one checkpoint to the next? Second, are students able to improve their mastery after their peer assessment? If students are not improving from either, I will hold teacher-student conferences to check in with struggling students to ensure that they can master the standards. If students are unable to assess themselves through words, one minor reformatting I could do would be include an example of each concept instead of just the words. After completing the next cycle of PDSA, I would use the data, the results, and the student feedback to improve questioning, timing, and or frequency of the student-centered assessment. The PDSA cycle is put into place when trying new strategies in the classroom. It allows for constant assessment of successes and analyzing of data to improve teaching. Student-centered assessments allow for students to act in the best interest of their individual learning and improve their knowledge of their own learning process.